the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Now, the issue of the exchange rate. IMF akasa. Now, IMF Nsem-Pii canon is very, very interesting. Now, also, the kind of news item bremo. Ya na ye chirimu say, who is actually deceiving who? Because a net day ya make say. Odo ani chirimu wo Bank of Ghana interbank rate with respect to the cedi to the dollar, a year 10.3. It be also found 10.2 to 1 Ghana to $1. 10.23 cedis to $1. That is at the Bank of Ghana rate or the interbanks. Odo ani chiremu wo the porter. Exchange rate. Ya juma ewo Tema port, Takrade port. 13 Ghana cedis to $1. This has been confirmed by importers and exporters. Ya omo edi omo juma ewo the Takrade and the Tema port. Na nse mu ena ye cross check ewo gold board for website who say gold board also that time na omo ma 13 Ghana cedis to $1. Ghana for any bar who no mubusa questions no na quickly or my common website akwase no dey about 10.2 Ghana cedis. But interestingly, people that deal in gold e wo man yimu aba bonti abeka say the ewo gold board website no it is just a deceptive tool. But deep within, gold board offer 13 Ghana cedis to $1 in the purchase of gold. And TSA question be say, who is actually deceiving who? Now, if you go to the forex bureaus, they are giving 13 Ghana cedis to $1. A big crema 13.3, 13.4 to $1. But Bank of Ghana still maintains to say it is 10.2, 10.3 Ghana cedis to $1. And no, and on the 7th of July, International Monetary Fund Executive Board EBPM omayim. Ni nyina ne sa wo ba so mbe conclude Ghana yen fourth review of our ongoing 18th IMF program. They shall say in May 2023. Now completion of the review no. In fact, I unlock a disbursement of $367 million. My Ghana, bringing the total capital support under the IMF program to 2.3 billion United States dollars. Now, according to the IMF, $367 million a positive development for this country's economy, especially for the Ghana cedi. And IMF for Chile said the injection of the $367 million into the economy, one, a big boost to foreign exchange, two, a big boost to foreign reserves, three, a big support to the local currency. However, and I repeat, however, the IMF for the Bank of Ghana said, Omo reduce the artificial interventions in the foreign exchange market in Ghana. The IMF, the Bank of Ghana say, they should reduce the artificial interventions in the foreign exchange market in this country. Now, according to the IMF, the artificial interventions, an artificial manipulation of certain systems in the foreign exchange market in this country. Now, IMF's Deputy Managing Director, Boli, urged the central bank to reduce its artificial footprint in the foreign exchange market and allow for greater exchange rate flexibility. The IMF for Chile, there is some artificial interventions in the Bank of Ghana. Yeah, it doesn't reflect the actual exchange rate flexibility. And until omo catch the Bank of Ghana say, omo nteso sa artificial intervention no omo Bank of Ghana homo yem. Omo nteso no omo ba kwan ema greater exchange rate flexibility emra. Because ebe ye hu be yem omo say, omo ya yetimu. Bank of Ghana exchange rate nko. Gold board exchange rate nko. Forest bureaus exchange rate nko. The ports and harbors operate also at a different exchange rate. It is very, very interesting. He also encouraged the adoption of a formal FX intervention policy framework to guide market and foreign exchange operations in order to improve transparency. He warned that if Bank of Ghana doesn't reduce this artificial manipulation and the artificial footprint in the foreign exchange market, there is going to be a volatility of the exchange rate flexibility from foreign investors. This comes at a time when the Cedi has been posting significant gains. The currency, which began 2025 at 14.7 cedis to the dollar, is now trading at 10.39 according to Bloomberg. The IMF's call suggests that this appreciation may be greatly the result of artificial footprint heightened by the Bank of Ghana through artificial interventions. The press release from the IMF, however, did not provide exact details of the Bank of Ghana's artificial market activity that is behind the current exchange rate. However, the IMF acknowledged that higher gold export earnings, rising remittances, oil revenues have all partly contributed to the Cedi's recent stability and strength. The IMF is now calling for a more rules-based approach to foreign exchange operations rather than artificial manipulations. It wants the central bank to adopt a formal FX intervention framework to increase transparency, limit discretion, and anchor market expectations. The full IMF report on Ghana's fourth review is expected in the coming days. It will provide more detail on the Bank of Ghana's artificial role in stabilizing the Cedi and why the IMF believes that footprint should be reduced. Until then, the question remains whether the Cedi's rally has been driven more by fundamentals or by the invincible hand of the central bank. This is an important article from the IMF. Yeah, making kind idea free. My Joy Online. Date 8th July 2025. Source Caleb Wuninti Ziblim. Joy News Research. Enti someone here can na IMF so I reiterate and say artificial manipulations be na ekoso e wo central bank. Do ye gitum say ya ton gold ye nyeska oil revenue ba ye nyeska the other sources of income ba ye nyeska. The government is not spending much in this kind of system nim. Enti automatically all these put together is going to transform the Ghana Cedi. Say the baby Johnny Nasu as against major trading currencies. But IMF Chirimua, there's been some artificial manipulation somewhere, a very big hand somewhere. It was Central Bank of Ghana artificially it is not solely about entrono mu dictionary and says Sami Jamfini the gold board ton gold until stabilize. This is according to the IMF. And to almost catch the Bank of Ghana say, sa artificial manipulations, almost reduce. Not transparency, EMRA system, ni ma yehunu the actual Cedi to dollar rate. Anya sa. And yet Ghana for no more dada omo. But they are pushing away foreign investors. Ko be about be say, there is some artificial manipulation of certain systems to favor the central bank for it to achieve its intended purposes. Enunti, and I'm sure na make say, exchange rate baako, emu chichemu bibiri. Ports and harbors wo chichemu. Not until recently, na gold board wo chichemu. Forest bureaus wo chichemu. And who was and the International Monetary Fund Executive Board, led by the Managing Director, Bo Lee, at the Atuja. Now, I was a fufro.
Yeah. Now, the Proverbs chapter 26, verse 5 will try to do Maka.
I sympathize 5 and then over.
Buakwasiana Jimmy Samso.
There be the phone in the year.
Buakwasiana Jimmy Samso
saying
26:4.
26 verse 4.
Buakwasiana Jimmy Samso no anya so no.
One year so no.
You do this one.
You do baby. The phone here Juma na year. Near the 5 number 5 is saying.
Buakwasiana Jimmy Samso no anya na ni su nyansafo.
I see.
Eno na aka be 90 ye bua smart Captain Smart kaka. Umsa be your friend smart. The environment man you smart ya Ghana for onim. Say be your friend smart no e Captain Smart nkwasi asem ni Jimmy ntia. Wa say din no. Enti ya na me fere say me nso me ka say friend smart. Enti ama me ntimi nsu say din. Ya Captain Smart. Ya na utu say uye nyansafo se din yo. Mutina na mu radio no mu na mu kwagigi nroa de di kwasasem a na mu se ewi ase nyina ye modia kasi ni nyina na wabisa ne no ye wo Ghana ha ama minister yiri wi ama president kan se yan hwe de kum minister yiri president of the land ti akonya so wuye ene de se emfo bia ho eno Ghana fo nyina na de sika ebon ho ban ebon ho ka owu ya ya ye yie no ye ni kwan se ebusa but enu onu wa ala mi de se Cardinal Miss ene Samuel Miss no ne aka no Mahama yi o me free na abem o mfi wo no because that time asem no buy na Ghana fo ka se mo mi ahwehwe de kum ye president no Cardinal Miss be kan se o mo no mbusu ani no mfo bi aho mo bua ndis fo mo yi mu nu afiri ho enne mo nye tutu aka mo nsem bua mu nua nanti adai mu nua ne ti akonya se na so ti asase so kra se nke ho ni mo nyam bi kamo antu di paboni fo bi bon ho paboni no ko ta wo mechi enne o mu so yi mu ama Captain Smart obi biara wu ampipi mu no wo de woni de kum no na se me ampipi panima nka me track attack mas Captain Smart na we no kokko se mo won nyina ba bi nka se o ya ampipi ni abakase ye party MPP aboda mo party MPP o ya MPP ni na ba na ho Smart ba ya MPP ni ye hu de wa ye Ghana ha enso to ba bi na ko bu kotodwe e wo bus anim na bus ne taa no e wase no se enso na yira ma e ba be da wo kon ye ko ekumfi e fa no mo ya yi no sugar factory no wa tam asichire bag akotena akodi nsem hunu kese wo de bibia mu no yama wuni commander yes yama wuni nsem hunu na ye hunu se Smart akasa osesa pipi mpanimfo edume bia mo taking on anasa obajimi ache wo hu se mo de nkwasa se mo beka fam hu bia no asemfo bia hu ntino da bia wona modin no kan kwasa asem saa one day mo ba no go court no mo kire poison kra nipa ko di poison no man MPP ni odi poison man nipa na owu no omra metre Ghana na onyai ni nsem hunu na odi no na Captain Smart yeni wo mimi wo kumase wo so wo kumase yeni wo de ma wo Johnny free kumase ba kra bambani a wo de na de wo kumase a wo di Johnny ba kra ni yenya yeni enti tuobo ase kakra na Sam George ni woni aka de ye jawo mo nyankopon asofu no de bia meka se wo ye sofu wo do hu ko bo ndis wani mbegu ase asafu no a na do tanko kufu ado time mu gigire mu se Ghana de LGBTQ+ ho ne yam pe no enam wai ada na abusumi nsia mu ntimi emmowa emfaade no ho ansa initial nyanya ya se kufu ado na kufu ado one sign nyame ama bibie nsikwa se and this for am gina mu se mo na mo do man Ghana mo na mo ya kronkronfo enti mo de se mema ni mema na ma ni ma na mo de mo mpe mo na mo tu ana mo se ye nyin firi ho joma ma na odi mo akotim pa na Akufo-Addo ansan ya fansa na Akufo-Addo ni paboni ni on de ni paboni sem afen na sura bafo no NG Gabriel waba
afen na bampapa
ba so odi antina ye nyina yakohia afa ya kire wo bobre me hu say yes wo de sa de no wonso so aya wo tan afen de wa mo ahwa akohia mantwa say abato no kra wo nkonkotubi na ya beka say wo ye no ne koba ene de wakwa akodi abonti akoyi ya ma say wo mpe nti ende wo nkoye kura Nsam George how you TV Cynthia
me da ase
how you TV
Bro Martin
ye na menua
abokodi
nyame adom ahode ewo ho
okay
me gide se wo so ho ye
nyame adom ho ye
dwudwemu no aba na eye kama kwaku editorial decision ne se Cedi esi ko edru baby na se morning show no e better no pam na kupie ya to ko be ko wa because adwuma no eso bayam sa pafo nu sha
apafo no mu ni so
pafo nu sha
okay ebiri ni so na pafo so
enye die no adwuma na MPP adwuma no bayam sa pafo nu sha na ebi so nya pafo nso ni sha ebe leadership direction nso eni ho Captain Smart ade a wo yi kwaku e wo se MPP for etwo krata e de koma side station for boy wo mo yi for mother station Media General na omo etwo krata de koma board chairman ura kudu yanka na omo fa baako enso koma Beatrice Ajeman o le see se enema e koso no enye journalism no that's so be kind somewhere last year don kuma sem baaye na Captain Smart se mo ke kan so we me respond you am the baaye yes emma that day the revered professor was yanka e try there brain live me reading and I promise myself say I'll not go on that route again but the project careful say Captain Smart so ni obi ade ekum obi a me da na se wa yade etimi gidi se wonim se so wonim abrante de friend no salolo na wo yi obi a wo bedroom Ghana ni the friend the hands in case Murphy na le yire the friend the fiapoku na salolo a popular Ghanaian na ne ho mfa no na ne yire fiapoku 18 years e ka se wo ba Ghana abesa na busafo ababa oba ya se oba be wari Captain Smart
yes fiapoku ameka pa
Nsem-Pii
emi ye ko free na no wo stage bi so ma na nkrofo kwa fo say evim lady fiapoku ya emi the controversy be by
ama fiapoku akuna wara ni 18 years omunyai if ama salolo enamba bia Captain Smart waje me yire Captain Smart salolo e di areho e na wuye e obedo
so di udi ko asama lu
yes somewhere in November 2017 it Captain Smart him said obi yi wakwaje no owu ya na we no onim ya wonka so wadim de ade kum obi a
salolo de ne kum
salolo se Ghana ni o
de ne kum salolo
Captain Smart e wo so what free ayim ho ba Former finance minister hodi
Kojo Barredu
Kojo Barredu mu de ba salolo so 2017 Kojo Barredu wu somewhere 2006 5 or 6 wo baby eti wo di front mo ba na kwa kan salolo so salolo busa for mo fa ncheme ana me poma ni je ho me na me je de yiri free ni nsem en wo je areho ewu ye mo kan no
me matimi ama salolo wu ebra de time on sun ye
so kum salolo
because na je ne yire
suban be no MPP for me do mo ya wo
sa de na ma ye di hwe na o jimi ko sa
ebra don kuma free mu Captain Smart in TV station. And I want to be way, and I went to war, and a poison, and a damn cat has a chap of a first work was a Kojoyan and I'm the cat has a rock Kojoyan say, or no, Captain Smart will be a woo ya, one fell free the board chairman. Now, if I'm right down, why I say, or no, so bush for the baby very cool, very fat, and then I'm woo ye. And the one my year to my work, TV3 and they sabi that you know one more wood done. Captain Smart with the moon na. Subaberon. And that Ghana for who read you and idea course when run now. LGBTQ the advocates the way they almost hail the decision. Say yes, supporters idea. Walk a baby. Obi bediawu. So swaba say, who support you with the and I won't support you. No watch you. Support you. But anyone new say I will support you.
I said the mandate of the independent experts is said is to remind the states of their obligations to one, respect, protect, and fulfill the right of people with diverse sexual orientation and gender identities. In Janoni Ajuma Mukoto Waba. Say more penesu say you better respect the right of Nipa ye gays wa. You better sign a protect you more. They are fulfilling their right of diverse sexual orientation and identities. And you can say a diverse sexual orientation. Say many abo beda.
Say many
dua beda. Many udwan beda.
Kama bi me say kama bi the edem ho. Esa awodi edem.
I obitimi ye a crocodile friend saying denchem otimi ye na ifro say na yire no no. Obi ya osi dua bi esi ni garden maware no. Obi ya osi eso wo ba kra enka so ye ba na be ma oba no anyi na onka se oyoba na o be ma. Ono na yesi ye koto so aba. Na ya bisa say oman no wofu aso ana na asa wonfu aso. Yakoto aba no adwoma ama se media mento
let's say
na wonto se wonfo aso anka obeka se wonfo aso bakuhwe enti obi a want to be an chese ofo aso
me she was say we Reuters was say thanks to this vote the Human Rights Council reaffirmed its commitment to combating discrimination and violence against everyone, reminding all states of their obligation towards people of diverse sexual orientation and gender identities. Na ko downwa obusi de say omo de ni say Donald Trump ba yin enne ma na yesinka LGBT for no benefit na reverse ni
yes
ama Supreme Court rulings wo akwati say wutimi ka so LGBTQ ntino wo special ayi bi say dem
ma no mo ye ma sports